Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 15. Can you believe it? 15 rounds of this scrappy little league deciding to do some video games for fun. And we've had an actual season here. It's gotten pretty good. Starting to get to where we kind of know what we're doing with this. It's pretty exciting. How are y'all doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. As always, feel free to send us chats telling us how awful we are at what we do. It's how we get worse. Your ideas are how we go down the drain. So we do love them. Thank you so much for watching. If you've decided to tune in this evening, if you're watching after the fact, thank you too. I appreciate you no matter what. So long as somebody's enjoying this stuff, we'll keep putting it together. This evening we're going to be at Chang. I have no idea how it's pronounced. I am absolutely awful at Southeast Asian languages. And once again, you have to realize that your esteemed announcer is not entirely familiar with this course. So I'm going to be running from my notes here, trying to get used to it as much as I can. That has been actually what I have enjoyed the most about this season. I have learned a hell of a lot about how the MotoGP circuit really works and about what tracks are on there and the character of each one. It's been a very cool experience for me. So we are currently getting all our racers here, getting them all taken care of. Hope everybody appreciates the entertaining picture. That is actually from last year's qualifying at Chang. A very, very nasty off that Marquez had. So I figured it made for a hell of a fun picture to have for the track. Because apparently right now he's floppy arming still. He'll be out for the rest of the season too, I hear. So I guess next season in the real GP will be a real one. But we have a real GP season going here playing a video game. We are doing better than the pros. Hope y'all can appreciate that. Thank you, Matt. I'm glad you appreciate my handiwork. If you don't enjoy watching pinball be a pinball, then are you really his fan? I figured there might be a few Marquez fans out there that would throw things at me, but you know what? The only words I have for that are worth it. It made me laugh. But don't worry, I'm sure in GP we will have a couple of guys running that orange bike that nobody else seems to be able to ride this evening. Lorenzo, I can't completely argue with you. I forgot which race it was I watched him do last season. He decided to come out and... Yeah, no, last season I remember him rolling out on a I guess it wasn't. I guess it would have been 2018. I watched him roll out one race with a soft on the front when nobody else was. It was like Jerez or something like that on like a 150-degree day, and Lorenzo decides to smear some wet paint around the front wheel of the bike and call that it. So, none of that though. No Lorenzo here tonight. Gotta be a fun evening, though. I think it's going to be a good one. I think we had our PS4 guys. Yeah, our PS4 field has expanded a lot from what it was originally. We now have, I guess, what is that? 9 racers this evening. So it's going to be good. All right, we'll see if everything's looking ready over there. If you don't have MotoGP 20 on your PS4, it doesn't matter. Because come winter, if you want to play with us, it's on the Xbox, man. Alrighty, it's looking like everybody is ready. So we are just about to get started with our first qualifying of the evening. Let's make sure race qualifications are turned on. I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to this stuff sometimes, guys. You have to stick with me. All right, we are going ahead and moving over towards the track. Hope everybody's looking forward to this as much as I am. Race day is always a good day. That we did have a lot of folks this weekend that were out at COTA. Hope y'all had fun. Hope you had a good time. I heard we had a lot of folks smashing their PBs, which is excellent to hear. I can't wait to get back out there myself, but I've been kind of hesitant to put the money in this season. Nick, what is offensive is that you are not yet in the commentation booth, you worthless pile. You better get here, son. He's probably sitting up at that stoplight up at the corner from my place. City of Austin made that thing suck. As we are started up, yeah, yell at the red light, says Nick. Yeah, I'm not going to yell at the red light. I'm just going to blame you for not getting an early enough start. It's all on you, son. So we are looking at 9.5 minutes remaining in our beginning of qualifying. Nobody quite out on the track yet. Hopefully should be a good night. Now, the one thing I did find about Chang, it was kind of funny. Rossi's personal comment about this track is that it's boring. That was an interesting perspective to hear on it. I'm not sure. It is a very simple track layout, I have to admit. There's not a bunch to it, but it's also a very fast track layout from everything I was seeing the other night of some of our guys practicing. So I think you're actually going to see some really, really quick lines around the course here. And this evening, it's been noted to me by our own Garrett Hines that actually the other guys have been faster than him at this track. So that might make for something exciting. Oba and Bear. Bear, coming over from the Xbox League, has managed to come into the PS4 League and has started doing quite well over here. So despite just being a wild card for this, I think he's just secretly cheating and trying to get more practice. But that being said, Bear has been doing a great job over here and keeping it interesting. And that right there showing Hines running around the track there, of course, as he would reassure us, he's the picture of slowness tonight. We'll see how it goes, though. Looking like the first man that's going to be across the line with a lap this evening is going to be Kintaw. With 7.5 minutes remaining. We'll see what kind of time he gets on it. Oh! And it's the curse of being watched. He goes down there. Allowing Oba to put through first with a 1:45.7. Kintaw, 7.5 seconds off of that. Unfortunate first lap, but you got it out of the way early, man. Get it under control. You'll be doing fine the rest of the time. Reckless putting himself 3 seconds behind Oba. Not a bad time to set. Rude, 4.6 seconds back. Hines, exactly where he said he was, 1 second off of Oba. And Bear, 1.5 seconds off of Oba. So it's looking like Bear is sitting where Hines was. Maybe he's just getting warmed up. We'll see how it goes there. Most of the field at this point is put in times. Let's see here. Darrell Jr. looking at 5.8 seconds off of the lead. Rude looking good at a 4.6 seconds off. Vengeance showing 11 seconds off, and Darrell Sr. at 10.5 seconds off. He's going to have to catch Junior this evening. We always love seeing the fight between those two. Again, I think everybody's still excited to have a father-son pair fighting with each other in this league. Always fun to see that kind of rivalry. So here you can see taking a look at Rude. We'll see if he can bring his times down at all. With Vengeance out in front of him. Hines setting personal best for the first 3 sections. Rude as well. Kenta, it's looking like everybody is moving their times down considerably. Oh, Kenta. Oh! He was looking so good, and then he has another wreck, unfortunately. Dadgummit. Hope he can put together a good lap. And Oba running session bests again. It's looking like Oba might be dominating this week. We'll see how it goes during the actual race. Hines putting up 0.4 seconds behind Oba. Bear knocking another 0.2 seconds off of his time, but he's still going to have to work to get it down as low as Hines was claiming he was. And there's Oba knocking another half second off his time, a 1:45.2. Not bad at all. Looking really good. Actually, everyone looking pretty good. Most of our field below 5 seconds behind the lead. There we go. Daryl Sr. managing to bring himself under 10 seconds. Kintaw as well. So, looks like our entire field under 10 seconds off the lead. It's starting to look like an actual race field here. With 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in qualifying. And your current leader, Oba, sitting up front doing a great job in qualifying here. As Hines was saying, he's pretty sure Oba's going to have it this evening. There he goes again, a session best for the first section. Once again, good God, Oba, have mercy on the rest of the field. Absolutely savage. And we see Vengeance doing good, showing 3.8 seconds off. And I thought with PBs all the way from first through third sections, he was going to move his time down. But I guess that fourth section just caught him. The fourth section including a very, very tricky turn 12. And the twisties of the course right there. So that can foul you up. Well, it's a surprise if you're having issues as that, because turn 3 and 5 I would expect to be kind of rough before that. God, Oba, once again. Okay, he was showing session best through 1 and 2. Third section, didn't manage to improve on it. So maybe on this lap he won't be much faster. It looks like he was also caught behind Daryl Sr. there, and yeah, he's about half a second behind his best lap. Meanwhile, Hines sitting 0.9 seconds behind Oba. He has managed to move his time down, and Bear, in the pits currently, has not managed to get down to that second ahead that Hines swore he was at. Maybe it's just taking Bear time to get warmed up this evening. I'm sure he'll be solid as always.
Hines was sandbagging.
Is that what it is? Is Hines sandbagging?
Also, I've made it.
Hey! Alrighty, and right now we've got to the point where if Kintaw can do it, we might wind up with an entire field that's less than 5 seconds off the leaders. That's starting to look competitive. It's looking like these PS4 guys are starting to get serious. I like it. I really like it. Yes. Gotta love these guys beating on each other. That makes me happy.
Phrasing.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore? A minute and a half remaining. And so far, Oba's 1:45.2 seems to be what there's going to be to beat. Don't ask about phrasing again. Let's see if Kintaw can get it down below 5 seconds. And, oh my God, he puts himself... Wow. Very impressive. Kintaw managing to bring himself down to 2.8 seconds off the lead, giving himself fourth in the second row. Good work. I guess he was just getting warmed up. Very nice. Glad to see that kind of performance in qualifying. 45 seconds remaining. And with how fast times are going, obviously, if you're out right now, this is your last lap. Make it count. Nobody really showing anything particularly amazing. Let's see here. Rude and Reckless, Daryl Sr. and Daryl Jr. all putting down personal bests on the first section. Hines looking good with a personal best on the second, but not on the first. I don't know, maybe if he can get that last bit down. That seems to be where everybody's failing anyway. And Matt Voss with the comment, go Bears. I guess he's, you're not talking about the other Bears. You're talking about the one on this track. I think that's not plural. Who knows? Who cares? If he's talking about the actual Bears, nobody cares, bro.
I was going a different direction with that.
Oh, God.
I'll stop.
Please ignore the internet definition for that and stay away from Rule 34. And qualifying at this point is over. And, oh my, Hines putting himself 3/4 of a second behind Oba's current time. I mean, Voss is saying, yeah, I don't know what he's saying, yeah, too. I don't know, bro. Owlbear, okay, all right.
Ah, man, I thought
Go
he was
Bear.
into Bears
Singular.
and Bear Cubs.
He's going Bear singular, yes. I know the Xbox guys like to see Bear over here representing him, and he does a great job of it. I will give him that. He's not slow in either league by any standard.
Why does technology always fail when I need it the best?
Because having it work would be a nice thing, and you know the rule about nice things.
I've been running these Bluetooth headphones off of this laptop for about a week now.
Doesn't matter.
The moment I get here, they stop working.
Doesn't matter. We can't have nice things. You know the rule about nice things. We just can't have them.
We're being rickrolled. You know the rules, and so do I.
You know the rules, and so do I. Oh, and that is it. That is your qualifying for the PS4 for Moto 3. Looking like a solid evening there. Oba, Hines, and Bear on your front row. Nothing surprising there, except for Oba managing to really do a good job getting out ahead of Hines on this one. Kentall, Rude, and Reckless on your second row. Vengeance, Daryl Sr. and Daryl Jr. Looks like Dad is going to spank Jr. tonight. And that'll round it out. All right, and we will go ahead and head over to final preparation for the race. This is going to be our first race of the evening. This will be Moto 3 at Chang on the PS4. I am definitely looking forward to this. All right, we'll start our 1-minute timer now.
I'm looking forward to functioning electronics.
You don't get those. Again, nice thing.
Well, that works. Oh my God.
You'll have to pardon me. My co-commentator is having a boomer moment.
Why don't you work?
Oh, man. I'm enjoying watching this.
Okay, when in doubt.
The old guy in the studio is making technology work better than the young guy.
I left that industry long ago, sir.
It's not like I work at it every day, all the time.
You know, I am trying turning it off and turning it back on again.
Oh, okay. That's what Bangalore told me to do. As we are sitting just about ready to get started. Yep, everyone is ready. And here we go, folks.
There's a race. Okay.
We are going to get to actually start a race.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
I'll get there eventually myself.
If you want to just borrow those headphones there, you can. Just
No, I have backup wired ones, but I'm determined to make the setup that I've already tested.
Ladies and
work.
gentlemen, Nick is determined to be useless this evening. As we get ready to start our first race...
I don't see how that's different than normal.
it's true. And we are off, and your pole leader manages to, get a great hole shot. But not by himself. My, Bear taking the lead immediately. It looks like Bear was just sandbagging in qualifying as he takes off. What a start. Kenta, meanwhile, showing that, yep, his improvement was not a fluke. He has definitely gotten his times better. Oh, as he swings a bit wide through turn 3. And leaving Daryl Jr. in 4th, Rude in 5th, Hines all the way back in 6th. Reckless sitting in 7th, Vengeance in 8th. And Daryl Sr. after spanking Jr. in qualifying. He's now suffering in the actual race. Come on, Dad, catch up. You don't want Son to win. Oh, Rude having an off. That'll put him at the rear. Give Daryl Sr. an opportunity to start catching up. Meanwhile, Oba has managed to move into the lead. But Bear is not going to let him get away as Daryl Jr. claws his way up into 3rd. Forget just beating Dad. He's going to aim for a podium. As he and Kenta having a bit of a tussle back here. I don't know what it is with the camera in this race just deciding not to focus.
It's a lot like me right now.
Yeah. Technology that doesn't work. Go figure.
Hey, instead of calling it, I'll ask you, sir. Do we have Hines on our normal voice chat?
Yeah, sure do.
Is he talking right now?
Not right this moment.
Good. The laptop does not have to go through your window at the moment. Mr. Hines, can you do me a huge favor and say something for the class?
He just did. You ain't hearing shit. Your headphones suck. As we are continuing to have a race here, nobody cares about Guskowski's problems because it's all about a good race. Kenta and Daryl Jr. continuing to fight over 3rd. Bear sitting a 2.5 back off of 1st place. Oba hanging on to it very hard. And Hines sitting a 2nd back off of this fight, though he is coming up fast.
Again, sir, phrasing.
Hey, why? Why do you have to go there?
Because I'm about to lose it on a piece of technology.
You'll be fine. You'll
entirely
live.
lie.
You will live.
So it's...
Oh, Hines with a very nice pass there. Now taking a good look at 4th and around the outside in turn 8, but just can't quite make it stick. Maybe he can go under in 9. Not quite looking like it. 10. Yes, in 10 he manages to get the inside as Daryl Jr. swings a bit too wide. And that gives Hines a solid hold on 3rd, but again, as he was noting earlier, Bear and Oba are very fast at this track. So he's going to have a hell of a time catching back up on that. You can see here back, wow! Rude and Reckless back here having a bit of a fight at the back of the pack. Neither of them want to be at the bottom. These two are definitely at it, but Daryl Jr. managing to catch back up to Hines, it looks like. He is not letting Hines get away with it. You can see there, despite Hines getting past him, Junior keeping within a second of him. and not letting this become a race where Hines gets away with it. Hines this week looks like he's got a lot of people that have got it in for him. Meanwhile, up at the front of the pack, Oba just running away with it. Bear, despite having some really good laps, finds himself 4.6 seconds off the lead. Good God, can I talk this evening? Nick can't get his laptop working, and I can't get my mouth working.
I might be there, gentlemen. Mr. Hines, give me the good news, sir.
You just said something and you didn't hear it.
God damn it!
Oh, we promise this evening will not just be a cast about Nick Guskowski's incompetence with technology.
No, it definitely will be.
Meanwhile, Daryl Jr. continuing to stay way out ahead of Dad and just behind Hines. Vengeance, though, starting to creep up on him, looking like he might catch up and have a bit of a fight. Bear finding himself 5.5 seconds back off of Oba. Oba is just, it is ridiculous the laps he's having this evening. He is positively flying. You can see here, he is just all by himself out there. And having a great line. Look at this. I mean, just absolutely perfect lines. Good tire selection. He's not doing too bad on wear or temperature. Oba is really going well. Here in Moto 3, you can see that he was even able to take a much tighter line without a problem. Lets it swing wide through 7. Very nice indeed. Yep, he is having a good evening. Hines was not kidding. Oba is distinctly fast on this track. Looking really nice indeed. As we are just about to start lap 5. A little over halfway through the race at this point. Oh, little bit of tail moving around. And there you go. That'll start lap 5 for us. Daryl Jr., meanwhile, falling back to 3.5 seconds behind Hines. Hines still not managing to close the gap on Bear. But that just shows you how fast Oba's going. Hines can't close the gap on Bear, but Bear is just slowly falling behind Oba. Good God, this seems to be Oba's night. Meanwhile, you can see back here, Rude and Daryl Sr. added at the back of the pack. Whoa, you can hear Rude all over his limiter. It seems like he probably made a mistake in his gearing config because he has just not got enough oomph to get ahead on the straights.
I have a small announcement to make.
You're screwed?
It is working.
Oh, good.
It works. I still don't understand why it needs this setup, but I'll take it.
You're only slightly less incompetent than I gave you credit for.
Yeah.
I'll bet I can explain why in the break, but for now, this is our only real fight that we have happening right now, as a lot of the pack has actually managed to stretch out pretty well on each other. Oh my! Hines has managed, while I wasn't looking, to sneak his way past Bear.
I'm told Bear had a spill.
That was probably it. That's what I was guessing from what I see there. That is disappointing, but Bear is still on the podium. Hopefully he can catch up. He's got, what, 2 laps left? Yeah, 2 laps left to do it at this point.
I believe in him.
I believe in you, Bear. We bet he can do it. Actually, earlier, I guess it was last week, saw an announcement from Bear on Facebook that he's actually started to regain feeling in the injured arm.
I saw that. These guys are in trouble.
Yeah, once Bear gets all that feeling back in that other hand, I think the rest of these guys are kind of screwed.
No, watch it. One hand for life, man.
Yeah, watch him be like, no, I can't do it two-handed now. I have to one hand.
Bear, I need a video demonstration of how the hell you press that many buttons with one hand.
Yeah, we need that. At some point, we need to set up a couple of cameras or something and just to see how he does it.
I can't do a single lap with two hands, let alone,
Yeah. This one-handed guy's stomping the shit out of you. And you can see there, he is starting to get a look at Hines. The space isn't closing a tremendous amount, though. So we'll see what he can do from there. Vengeance, meanwhile, has started to close on Reckless. Oh, look at that pass! Whoa, wow, that was close. Holy crap, Vengeance just slipped right under Reckless in 7.
Oh!
Reckless. Oh, no! Oh, no, Vengeance, after giving such a great competition to him and Reckless being forced to the outside, Vengeance just loses it coming into, what was that, 8? Oh, my God.
You acknowledged it. How dare you?
Oh, my God. I feel bad for looking. I'm sorry.
You should be.
I apologize. Wrecking in this league is like, Heisenberg's wreck. It doesn't happen if I'm not looking at it. It's so disappointing.
Ooh, that's gonna be wide.
That is very wide.
That is, the track is to your right, sir.
Yeah, you might want to stay on that. I think we might want to run strict on this track next season.
I'm thinking so.
It's starting. Never mind. It's looking like Brno all over again.
I don't want those flashbacks.
Yeah, we're gonna gain like 5 seconds a lap by blowing turn 1.
It's like I'm back in Nam.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting my PTSD going.
I'm gonna stop before I get myself in some trouble.
As we are on the penultimate lap, Hines now 13 seconds behind Oba. Bear has kept up but not managed to close the distance, which is a bit of a surprise, I suspect, even to Hines, because he was the one suggesting that Bear and Oba were very fast around this track. So I'm guessing Bear just kind of had some bad luck on a couple of laps there, especially having that wreck.
Again, Hines was just sandbagging. However,
Was that? Yeah, he was just sandbagging and qualifying and complaining. Is it like Oba's broken controller?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, clearly, Oba's broken controller has turbo enabled because Hines, the track, sir, goes the other way.
I suspect Oba broke his controller by throwing a bunch of bullshit on it. I think that's what broken means.
I mean, normally I'd say Hines sucks, but I don't think it's the case.
No, I think Oba's just gone today.
Yeah, that's 14 seconds.
Yeah, Oba is just flying. Good God, he's good at this track.
He's an entire corner ahead.
Yeah. This is insane.
It's disgusting.
It really is. But congrats to Oba getting that good at this one. Good God, he's quick at it.
My God.
You'll look at it from Oba's perspective here. His final lap. Looking very, very nice. Smooth through turn 9. You can see that he's kept tire. Earlier, his tire temperatures were getting a little bit high, and they're still staying a little bit high, but he's doing a good job of managing it. And looking like he's just going to have a smooth final lap here.
What are you doing, Oba?
I wait, I'll bet he's setting up for a wheelie. Looking at his final turn here. Oh, maybe he's trying to give false hope to the other competitors.
You know, I've seen this bite people in the ass before.
Oh, you can see Hines coming in there. Oh, Oba, with the sense of humor on his final lap there.
Do the rest of you feel disrespected? Because I feel a little disrespected.
I kind of feel like I got a little bit thrown in my face there.
Oh.
Oba, Dear God, man, flex a little harder, bro.
Did you want to fight with those guys?
Yeah,
Because
next
this is
time
how you
just
fight with
next
those
time
guys.
just flop it out of the tank and let them hear the noise. Good God. I need something metal to have a donk on.
Still need that soundboard.
Exactly. So there you go. Oba having an absolutely phenomenal race. Good God. Yeah, look at his best lap time. Like almost a second and a half ahead of everybody else.
You disgust me, sir.
That is disgusting, but that is also damned fast.
You know how I know it's fake?
How's that?
It was done on a Honda.
Clearly, it's a lie. Though you can see the rest of the field was not slow. There were like only Rude was a little further back. So there you go, folks. That will be your first race of the evening. That was Moto 3 at Chang on the PS4. And next up, we'll be doing qualifying for Moto 2. We're going to take a slight break, and we will be back with that. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, folks. We have gotten everything taken care of that we needed to. Seems like we have all of our technical issues more or less cleaned out of the way. I hope more people are being offended by our chosen background image this evening.
I find it's very appropriate. I mean, look, he found a penny on the ground and he wanted to pick it up.
Yeah, give me that. Ooh, give me that.
Shiny.
I like it. Tie penny, best penny. Oh. righty. Are you going to start it? You have the controller over in front of you.
Dude, I'm opening a bottle of scotch. Why would I be worried about what's going on here?
Oh, yeah, I've got to cuddle my scotch. Why would I care about running a video? You know what? I'll just do this since you're cuddling your scotch.
Yes, I was legitimately cuddling the scotch.
he's quite literally. Oh, wait. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. There we go.
This is the moment we need a webcam.
Yeah,
For the cradling of the scotch.
I have a sweater you can put on it for my Maker's Mark thing.
I mean, Oba's display there was so disgusting that he's driven me to drink.
He really has. Oba, that was disgusting, but at the same time, I'm impressed.
That was a big pour.
I am really impressed by that. So here we go, folks. Getting ready to start up. You moved it over to Moto 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I remember that we had everything right here. You never hear that in the real.
We don't do things correctly around here. What the hell are you talking about?
Do it right? That shit's overrated.
So for anybody listening, this might be the last time that I sound like I'm in the basement.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I'll have a second mic soon. Now that I also have the. Yeah. I need to figure out the mic mount thing, and then I'll have two mics in here. And apparently we're supposed to have some other commentator here. Brandy.
Brandy was not able to make it.
Why did Brandy puss out?
I can't say the things that I want to say on stream. This is what I'm currently running into here. Somebody DM me and I'll tell you exactly what I was about to say.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So we have 9 minutes remaining, and we've got a little over half of our boys out on the track. We'll see what they can do.
Well, while they're working on that, we've been working on some ideas here in the race direction team to figure out how to fill in the voids. So while we wait on our very slow racers to finish a lap.
Yes, clearly.
I mean, definitely.
Oba going to be representing his pink out there this evening.
Oh.
Like he always does.
Real men do wear pink.
He does fly. I can give him all the shit I want, but he is still going to be fast. Every single time.
How dare he. You know, the cool thing about the Chang International Circuit here is it's really new.
It
opened in 2014.
Yeah. And what was it? 2018 was when Dorna decided to add it.
That's correct. So
yeah.
In 18, they signed up for a 3-year contract, which is weird because that puts 2020 as their last year.
Yeah. Well, no, 2021. Can you math, bro?
18, 19, 20.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes, they did their first race in 2018.
Oh, they did the first one in 2020.
Correct.
Yeah, what am I thinking?
Correct.
All right.
So,
my bad.
it's kind of a weird year for them to land on, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that. With how this season got canceled, I wonder if they had a provision in the contract for that.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
The circuit, like I was saying, pretty new. Newer than Coda, even. Because Coda was, 11, 12, something like that?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when Coda opened.
It was right around there.
Yeah, it was 12, I think, was when they added it. Voss commenting here, never raced Chang until last week, and he loves it, which is interesting to hear. I'm not sure what I think of it so far. It doesn't seem to have a ton of character to me, and it's really short.
I'm hearing a lot of hate from Race Direction out of ear for Voss right now. Nobody else likes just track Voss. You're just weird.
You're on your own, bro. That is all you.
It's kind of cool, though. I mean, this track is hosting already World Touring Car, Super GT, Superbike, and MotoGP. I mean, that's a solid roster.
Okay, yeah, it's got a bit out there.
Seems like they're more competent than our local Coda management.
We do need to give them a kick here and there. They do need to be punted because, frankly, I have to be honest, even in this game, I like it more. Okay, so Voss is really liking the drafting there. I have noticed there are a lot of straights, and that would make drafting work quite well. That is not a surprise to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'd realistically call it a good 5 straights. I mean,
Yeah.
There's some minis thrown in there.
Yeah. It's got a lot of straightness to it. I don't know though. I'm kind of two minds about it so far. It's like clearly oh wow. Clearly with how short it is though, it works well for the smaller bikes and it's got a few very, very sharp turns in it. And obviously that long turnaround at 3, and right off the bat you can see where it gets you into. 1 is just a really violently hard turn, 2 is a crook. So right off the bat, you're pretty much into a straightaway the moment you start the track.
For sure, which, I mean, really is great for some bikes, bad for others. Yamaha.
Yeah. Yeah, and it would make sense then why Rossi found this track boring. It was added while he's on a Yamaha. It's nothing but straights. Yeah, he's the guy on a 250 with everybody else on leader bikes.
Pretty much. It was added to the roster when Yamaha's been kind of at its bottom of power, and I guess we'll see if they continue to go down. This year has been rough for them as well.
Oh, yeah. Aren't they pretty much out of motors for, like, everybody at this point?
I'm not 100% on that. In the back of my head, my understanding is yes. That's going to hit the news shortly here, confirm that Maverick Vinales is completely out of motors. Which my understanding also means that he has to start from the pits, which means you don't just start in last place. You start in
I've seen video of the pit starts before. They're kind of crazy.
Yeah, you'd have to Marquez your way up, and then you end with a noodle arm, and it's just not.
That's fun. It works out really well. Yep. The rest of the season, you look like Steamboat Willie.
So kind of the two things I see really kicking our or this track in the teeth is the shortness of it.
Yep.
And the fact that it's a haul out to Thailand.
Yes, it is.
I mean, other than that, it's new facilities. It's got 100,000 person capacity. It's a good track.
Yeah. Though that doesn't matter much this season, seeing as nobody's allowed to show up. I don't know about Thailand, but
yeah, I don't even pretend to know what all the world's policies are at the moment. I will call it all dumb and leave it at that.
All right, so we've got Voss here wanting to brag about his GP20 leaderboard time. Now, if he's loving the track, what do you want to bet? Let's say I'm going to bet he's top 100. Oh, Hines is guessing top 40.
I'll go top 80.
Top 80. All right, let's hear it, Voss. As Oba putting down...
Keep going?
Oh, okay, let's hear it. Don't keep us guessing.
Yeah, let's hear it, Voss. And you know we're going to verify this.
As so far during the race, Oba putting down a 137.1, looking great. Hines exactly 1 second behind him. Bear sitting 1.8 seconds back as he was very late setting his first time, but he sets third place. He sets front row, which is why you never count Bear out. You just don't do it. The man's not slow. Darrell Jr. once again putting himself in fourth, having a great night.
He's been practicing.
Clearly. Reckless not looking bad either.
Voss,
oh!
You disgust me.
Wow, Voss. Yeah, Voss, that's a big middle finger here in the studio to you for your time.
We need the webcam.
Damn, bro. 10th in Moto 3, 17th in Moto 2, and 36th in GP. And is that just lap times, or are we talking about, total race time there? Meanwhile, Hines setting personal bests.
I believe those are lap time.
Yeah, now he's just throwing up his 2 fingers. Ass.
Yeah, that's...
Hines managing to move down half a second on Oba. Okay, so that's time trial. Okay.
Right. Vengeance, sir, track... Oh, whoa!
Wow, that was rough.
Track went to the right, bike went to the left. It happens. It happens. What?
We'll see what we see here. Let's take a look at what Bear's doing here on this lap. And we have a minute and a half remaining in qualifying.
This is doing that really awkward...
Not bad. 1.1 seconds off. Do what?
This is doing that really awkward car view again. Where there's
no
reading
yeah. Well,
flat.
no, it's because we didn't. Come on. Do you know how to run the cameras, bro? Do you even GP camera?
Is that a stupid question?
I'm sorry. I know you don't. I apologize. Okay, Boomer.
I'm okay with this.
Ooh, look at that. Bear deciding to set a session best for Section 1.
Hines with the personal best.
Hines with the personal
Oba.
best. Oba was... Okay,
Reckless.
all right.
These guys in this last minute.
Yeah,
they're,
but well, look right now. We basically have the entire field within barely over 5 seconds of each other.
You making fun of Bear's name?
First of all, we'd be making fun of it. It'd be a bad pun. Secondly, you know me better than that.
I like bad puns. What can I say?
It is.
This field is.
I like
tight.
bad puns, and I cannot lie.
You other brothers can't deny.
God damn it. I hate my life right now.
Bear is getting ready to put the world on fire.
Bear! Oh, Bear! Okay, third section doesn't manage to do it, but holy gods,
That's
the
still a
man...
personal best.
Yeah, the man has decided that he is going to go ahead and catch up to that time that Hines was talking about.
I think he knows the way.
He know the way. Wow. Managing to pass through traffic. If through traffic he can still turn down a session best for that last... Not quite, but good God.
Damn close.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, Bear was just weak in Moto 3. Apparently he's going to side in Moto 2.
He woke up, he drank his coffee, you know, he's ready for the day now.
Okay, he's decided he's racing now. All right, I'm not gonna whine about that. I won't mind seeing that happen. Yes, currently our top three, we have Oba at 137.1, Bear 0.312 seconds off of him, Hines 0.375 seconds off of him.
Hines is slow.
Yeah, clearly. Our top three all within half a second of each other. And boss, once again, go Bears.
Viewers at home, please do not Google Bear Club.
Oh, God.
Or is it the Bear Association? Which one is it?
Any of them. I know all of them. The internet.
You know all of them?
No. And the reason I don't is because I know it's a bad idea.
Well, don't shame them, bro.
Qualifying at this point, time over for it, so we are just waiting for our last few folks to get in. Looking like, yep, that was it. So your front row will be Oba, Bear at the last minute, really getting in there, and Hines, Reckless, Daryl Jr. again showing Dad how it's done this evening, and Kenta on your second row, Rude, Vengeance, and Daryl Sr. rounding out your pack. But again, look at that, folks. We've got what? Not even 6 seconds between the entire pack.
Notice the team here as well. I'm starting to see trends develop from our racers.
It's true.
It was not like this last week, I don't think.
It is very true. Alrighty, as we'll be moving on to final setup, and then we'll start our second race of the evening, which will be Moto2 at Chang on the PS4. Hope everybody's enjoying this. It is interesting to see. There are folks managing to shuffle Hines back a little bit. I think he's starting to slow down though as he's busy doing work on the league with us.
Oh, he is salty. Oh, you should hear. Actually, no, you should not hear that from the race direction chat. That was rated R.
Oof, got a canister of Morton's in there.
Canister of Morton's.
All right, as we are waiting for our setup minute, letting everybody do their thing.
It's a damn good thing nobody hears a slug. Are we Googling for slug facts now?
No! The slug is not... Capybaras are cute, slugs are not. This is
True.
just how it works.
So you approve of the capybara facts?
The capybara facts amuse me. I'm almost tempted to get a capybara, but I'm not.
I'm told you just need a swimming pool and a little group of them, and you'll be fine.
I've already got the idea of I'd get a dog if I wanted something. Okay. Debating if I want a German Shepherd or a Shiba Inu.
Those are very different animals.
They are.
They're off.
Yep. And Oba once again. Oh, Daryl Sr. having a bit of a mess.
I don't know what happened. Oba with the whole show.
Oh my God, boys! Turn 1 is over there.
Root died.
Rude. Oh my God, as Rude gets thrown all over the track.
Root died.
His shoes stayed on. I think he lived.
Is that how we determine that now?
That's how we judge it. If the sandals come off, they died.
Whoa!
Oh, Vengeance having it off as well.
So much for that tight-knit pack.
Yep. Oba had a great shot off the line, though. Has managed to hang on to it. Hines managed to hang on. Wow. Hang on to his coattails. And is keeping with him. All right. It's looking like Hines is going to give Oba a bit of a fight on this one.
The game is recommending that we look at just about everybody for penalties at this point.
Yeah,
If
but
everybody
you know
screwed
what?
up, that means nobody screwed up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I look at it.
I'm calling it okay. I'm calling it perfectly okay.
Kenta and Daryl are the only ones that seem to pass by the game's detection.
Yeah.
Even though Daryl crashed off the line, and I'm not sure what happened to Kenta.
Yeah, we, you know what? Crashing, we don't penalize crashing anymore.
It penalizes itself.
Yeah, see? There you go. And Hines now. Voss saying, just give Paul Asparagus a penalty for fun. If he was in this race, I'd do it just to see how salty he got.
You know, I ate asparagus for dinner. Literally.
Ooh, Hines aggressively trying to get the pass coming into turn 1 as they start the second lap. That was not a bad attempt, but just wasn't quite enough.
It's never enough.
It is never enough. Oba having a great evening. Not just in Moto 3, but starting off great in Moto 2 so far. Looking really good. He has clearly been practicing and eating his Wheaties.
Wheaties eating is important, okay?
It is. You got to have that energy. We'll see if we can get a sponsorship. Put him on the front of a box. Wow! It's with that tail in the air.
That was a hop and a half.
Oh, wow. How did he not bend that one? That should have been a yard sale.
That was not predictive either, because we're directly on
Yeah,
his
we're
stream.
looking at his stream. No, that should have been a yard sale. He held on to that one. I'm impressed.
When you break out the motocross skills for the...
Yeah, that one there is holding on to him. As it is getting very aggressive. But I don't know. I don't know if Hines can make this one happen. And they
We're
come
only
to
2
11.
laps
Yeah,
in,
we'll
man.
see if he can be aggressive enough on the brakes. Here it is into 12. Coming in very hard on Oba, but drive out not looking bad either. But Oba's still managing to hold on to it. Daryl Jr. having a wreck back there.
It's okay. The ground tastes fun sometimes.
Yeah, it can taste good, but that puts Jr. in front of Dad. Oh, behind Dad. At the back of the pack. Looks like we're going to have a father-son tussle back there.
Now, if you wreck your dad out, I'm not going to penalize you. He might, though. So, careful.
Yep, that might make Thanksgiving and Christmas a little uncomfortable.
Is that better or worse than political conversations?
Worse. By a lot. By the
Is it
way,
though?
Dad, who stomped your ass? Ooh.
Hines is in the green, although he's complaining about his racing. He looks good to me.
Well, it's going to be hard to keep up with how Oba's gotten good at this track. Meanwhile, they've left Bear 5.5 seconds back. That is crazy.
Now, we're on board with Hines. Let's look at Oba here real quick, because Hines is managing his tire temperature really well, and so is Oba.
Oba's actually being more aggressive on the front brake, which is, I think, why Hines isn't catching him. You can see his front tire has more wear.
And a little bit more heat, but it's still in a really manageable
Yeah,
zone.
no. He's got it managed right. He's just being crazy on those brakes. It's just really aggressive.
It's the pink, man.
Yep, I guess that's it. He's gonna go ahead and get rid of cancer and win the race at the same time.
Yay, ribbons!
Yee! Save the boobies. Alrighty. Now he's looking great up there. Now we can see Bear in third.
He's kind of in a world of his own right now.
Yeah, he hasn't had any real major mishaps except for obviously Moto3. He had that one which cost him. If he had hung on to it, he would have had a second in Moto3, but he still managed to podium. But I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't caught Hines in this one. Because he didn't wind up back because of a wreck on this one. And Hines was expecting Bear to be faster than him during this.
He's real hot. Looks like he was getting hot on the front tire there. So not sure quite what he's struggling with. On some of our other streams,
he was the other night. I watched him and Oba practicing briefly. So he was practicing with Oba. So I'm betting he's taking the same lines. It's the reason he's got that same burn on the front tire. Like, it looks like he's at about the same point Oba was.
I would agree.
Yeah, so I suspect he was doing great on the brakes, but maybe he's just not getting as good a drive out, would be my bet.
It's real difficult to say when they're spread out like this. You can't reference them against each other. Reckless tosses it after he was doing some wheelies just a couple corners ago.
That happens when you decide you're going to wheelie everything.
And it also looks like at some point Junior pushed Senior hard enough to crash.
You can see here, though, Hines is managing to close up on Oba. We'll see if he can make anything. Look at how aggressive he's being on the brakes there.
That's going to be real interesting because we have Hines who's chewing up a rear tire much more, and Oba who's doing it to the front.
He's chewing it up more than Oba, but you look at his wear between his front and rear, and it's more even. So he's obviously kind of on both more.
Yeah, it's always difficult to say. Also because I didn't get a chance to check their setup nor their tire checks.
Yep. I almost wish, don't get me wrong, I don't want to reveal it to other racers because that would be not cool, but I would like, as race direction, to be able to see them just to try and understand sometimes why things are happening. It would be interesting to know.
It'd be real cool and maybe a pain. We'll discuss it as a group.
But, we'll figure that out.
I mean, maybe take a quick screenshot of your setup and send it to race direction just to be like...
Yeah, just so we can say, hey, wow, no, obviously his setup's paying off. We won't ever tell him what it is, but we will say, clearly it's paying off.
Oh! Hines!
Oh! Hines! Oh my God, was doing so well, and then in 8 just bins it. Hard.
Front was getting a little hot. I don't know if that had something to do with it.
I don't think so. It looked like he lost the rear.
Hines, what do you think happened?
Yeah, well.
He hit the inside curb.
Yep, that was what I thought. It looked like he just kind of got too far inside and ate the bumps, and that was it. So, maybe? Nah, at this point, the spacing for Bear is far enough back that he's going to be safe for now. It's looking like we're not having too many fights. I think I understand now why Rossi says this track is boring. You notice how it's spreading our pack out.
It is. What happened to our 5-second qualifying, gentlemen?
I know. Well, that adds up throughout a race.
Darrell Jr. made his way to 4th.
Did he?
He did.
Wow. Now that puts him 22 seconds back. It's not likely unless Bear just completely falls apart, which is not likely because it's Bear. He won't get onto the podium, but he's going to kind of insult Dad there.
4th is worth more points than 5th. I mean...
Yeah, Thanksgiving and Christmas and maybe birthday are going to be...
Don't forget Easter.
Yeah, they're going to be rough this year.
Jesus is going to be pissed on Easter.
They're going to be rough this year. Junior, you done spanked Dad. The Lord don't tolerate that.
Oh no.
You got to honor your parents. That doesn't mean you get to spank them in Moto 2.
And he came down with the heavy belt and whooped Junior's ass. Can we get a Southern Breacher in here?
Hallelujah! We'll give Kenneth Copeland a call. He's only up in Dallas. I'm sure he'll make the 3-hour trip to come down and help us with this.
For this silly stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was somewhere between shit and stuff.
I got news.
I'm not sure what I'm saying.
I got news for you. If he ain't getting 6 figures in his account, he ain't going nowhere near it.
You mean the mega church makes money?
I know.
What?
What?
No.
Hey, Mr. Roundtree saying hi. Hi, Mr. Roundtree.
I hope mega church discussions don't offend you, Mr. Roundtree.
Hey, I got news for you. It don't matter who you are. Making fun of mega churches is what you should do.
Oh,
it is a moral obligation.
I got stories that I will not tell on stream.
Oh, and I was just about to pop over to take a look at Rude, but... Oh, that was rough. Had himself a bit of an off. Yep, there was a good fight happening there.
Reckless
And Reckless the same. Dead gum, having a bit of a rough evening.
Kentaw in front of Daryl Jr. up in the 4th.
Okay, then.
Maybe we should tune in with those guys and see what's going on.
Yeah, it's looking like there's a bit of a fight at that part of the pack. There we go. Maybe back to Daryl Jr.'s perspective there. All right. Ooh, this is looking close. They're on the penultimate lap. Coming down the straight between 3 and 4.
You know, I'm also seeing now why the track's been called boring. Look how wide it is, and it makes them look slow going down that straight.
Sometimes I think also too, it's the camera angles they choose in this game and the FOV.
Certainly could be, but I mean, you're going to be combating, you know, that no matter what you're doing. It's a really long straight. It's a really wide track.
Yeah.
That is very sideways.
Yeah. Who knows how much of it is prediction?
I'm giving the man credit. How about that?
Give him credit. All right, throwing that tail out there like a man.
Like a boss.
Now I love how he's on the PS4 stream, repping the Xbox on the.
Makes sense.
It looks like.
Yeah, it does look like an Xbox. It certainly does. But this is not American sports, so there's no reason that a game console would be on there.
It looks like it though.
Or a Bud Light.
Looks like it.
Or I mean, we got some other dumb American sponsors we got out there, or Coca-Cola, or
anything from InBev. That being said, I can now hear on comms of Hines giving Oba a bit of shit. Don't crash, Oba. Don't make mistakes, bro, as they are now on the final lap.
I think Oba can even afford a crash, being that he's 7 seconds ahead.
Reckless having an off, unfortunately.
Oh, he just went wide and tucked the front? That was fairly reckless of him.
That was rough. That is unfortunate. So, we're looking at final lap coming up here. And here it is.
Let's see it. Nice! Don't loop it.
Wheelie across the finish line. And here you have Hines also throwing himself a good wheelie across the finish line.
Please loop the wheelie.
All right.
I need this for the highlight reel.
Loopies for the spoopies.
If you crash across the finish line, you win. That's all I'm saying. Did I lose connectivity again?
And Voss there commenting on how people wouldn't like the track. It has a few tricky bits. I don't know, man. Some of the other tracks I think are trickier than this one from what I've seen. I'm not sure about that. But there you go. Your podium will be Oba, Hines, and Bear. Then Kentaw, Daryl Jr., and Rude. Again, Daryl Jr. decided to make Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and birthdays really uncomfortable. Yeah, really uncomfortable. And Rude, Vengeance, Reckless, and Daryl Sr. rounding it out. And that'll be Moto 2. Next, we'll be on to MotoGP.
You know, something interesting here that the rest of our race direction won't stop saying in our ear is look at the fastest lap times. Oba Hines tied with that 1:37.312.
Yeah, he just, I guess he couldn't do it the entire race.
Daryl and Rude also tied. Interesting.
Oh, really? Did they? Oh, my. They did. Wow. Yeah, but I mean, I give credit. Look at the entire field. You've got a total of, what is that? About 5 seconds between them, 6 seconds?
That makes sense from qualifying.
Yeah. Yep. It's right where they were. They did a great job during the race. But anyway, next we will be on to our qualifying for GP. Give us a just slight break. We will be back. Thanks for watching. Racers, you are doing a phenomenal job. We'll be back shortly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, folks, we are just about to start qualifying for our last race of the evening. This is going to be MotoGP at Chang on the PS4. Hope you folks have been enjoying it. It's been going pretty well, I think, tonight.
Oh, I think we've had some fantastic racing.
Yep.
This is above average for the PS4 folks.
These guys have been fast tonight. Really fast. You'll see what they can do with GP, though. It is always the trickiest class to get, even when you've had that warm up from the previous classes. Here we go. Here's qualifying. Everybody's starting to get started here.
Well, you got to make setup changes and all that.
Yep, all that
fun
jazz.
stuff.
I have no idea why that camera is always out of focus. Why do they do that?
It's artistic.
It's art.
You wouldn't get it unless you were Blair Hart.
Either that or... Oh.
All that.
Oh.
All that.
Oh, the savagery on that comment is strong.
I just want an in-focus picture.
Yeah.
Although I've...
And learn to put motion blur in.
that's
something.
shutter speed. So, his thing is
And
obviously...
get rid of this. I can be at the 1 or 2 places on the track at any given moment. I won't let other people be at the places I'm not at.
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
So, the thing with what he's got going on there is...
We keep this line up. He'll never sponsor us. I don't care.
Why would an e-racing series need a photographer sponsor? Jesus. No, hold on. We'll get him in here. He'll take pictures of the screens. It's art. But yeah, I mean, it's high shutter speed, and you can call it a style, what have you. But his thing is clearly quantity over quality. Now, I'll give him a pass on my shots being blurry because I am told by a good friend of mine who is a very good photographer that every time he tries to shoot my bike, it's a fight because of the matte black color it's in. Apparently, it makes it next to impossible to.
He's lying to you. It's because you're ugly.
But the helmet's covering my face.
It doesn't matter. You're that ugly.
No, I'm just too fast, and the camera can't focus on how fast I am.
No, you're just that ugly.
I caught the ugly.
You have a bad case of the ugly. You need to get over it.
I'm over it. You know what fixes that? Scotch.
Not being ugly. Alrighty, as we get our first couple of times there, Bear putting down a 131.1. And Reckless 3.3 seconds behind him. I think Bear, as always, running the Hayden on his Honda.
I love it.
Yep, I'm not going to hate on that. As much as nobody can ride that bike, apparently a one-handed dude can.
Across the grass.
Treat it like a dirt bike, bro. Meanwhile, Oba, 1.8 seconds behind Bear. Is Bear going to dominate GP tonight? Woo! All right.
In before Hines says he hasn't put a lap down yet. There he goes.
There we go. Hines putting himself down to 0.187. Well, he ain't beaten him yet.
He sounds mad at himself in the chat. So,
there are fast dudes out there.
There are fast dudes out there.
No reason to be mad.
You know, it's kind of an odd number of corners on the track here. 7 rights, 5 lefts.
Yes. Which means it is right side biased, but only very slightly.
I think they did a good job of balancing it. However, all of the kinks, if you will, are right-handers.
Yes. Well, most tracks, that is something I have noticed, the big kinks in them, because you'll have, okay, here's the terrain.
Right.
They have to come back to a starting point. The big kinks always have to be biased, at least in some direction. You always have to. Otherwise, it can't be a circuit. Like, the only way you can avoid that is to have something that does not end where it starts.
I mean, you could just have giant sweepers.
Yeah. That or you just have tons and tons of turns the opposite direction. Just because fuck you guys who believe in geometry.
True.
There I was F-bombing.
We have our one for the day. You know, and in case you didn't know, 3 lefts does in fact equal a right.
It does. Just take a few more. You'll be good. Oh! Bit of an off there. And Hines currently holding our fastest speed after telling us how fast the other guys are going to be. But Oba, 0.6 seconds behind him, and Bear, 0.9 seconds behind him.
Which bike is Oba on?
What is Oba on this evening? I believe he's on the Yamaha. There you go.
Okay, so that is an excellent transition. So, in the 2 years that we've run at this circuit in MotoGP, Marquez has won both times. So this will also apply to anyone but Marquez. Yamaha, take it home for us here. Please and thank you.
I mean, anyone but Marquez, but you do have Bear in there, and
can we just go back to our standby screen for about 2 seconds?
Keep in mind what the Hines is on as well.
Oh no, I'm okay with that.
it's some Petronas. So there you go. You got 2 Yamahas, but then you got Bear, and Bear is running. I mean, he's running our stand-up screen there, except it's Hayden instead of Marquez.
Does that mean he'll get taken out in an accident?
Oh, dude. Dude.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Ever is too soon.
Ever is too soon. You know,
Come on. We are in town with the track that keeps his number on it.
That was a fantastic tribute last year. In fact, I was talking to somebody about that recently who has not been following GP but knew the Hayden family personally.
Yep. Nope. He was a hell of a racer. We need more of them coming out of the U.S. We absolutely do.
Well, unfortunately, we're kind of looked at as rebels and bad people and things like that in a lot of social cliques in the U.S., so I don't suspect we're going to see a lot of those for a little while.
I hope so. I hope we can.
I hope we do, but it's difficult. You're not seeing the upper classes getting into racing near as much as you are the middle class.
No, of course.
And the middle class cannot necessarily afford to put a young, promising racer all the way through financially.
And I think a big part of that is, I feel like in the U.S., motorcycle racing is seen as, I'm not going to joke about this, white trash.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and the Europeans, on the other hand, they see it as just as amazing as any other kind of racing. But at the same time, we're the dumbasses that decided at some point, hey, we're going to elevate NASCAR to be, like, amazing for some reason.
Well, NASCAR was, of course, the through Prohibition and through the Moonshiners.
Sure.
So that's how that got started, and I get that.
But I mean, where it became suddenly popular was like mid 2000s. It was long after that. It had nothing to do with that. Somebody decided for some reason to make it popular for like 5 years, and then it vanished.
You know, I can definitely.
And I never liked it.
I can see why it happened. I mean, no, I don't like it either. I mean, it is very difficult racing. Don't get me wrong. It's not entertaining to me to watch at all.
I wouldn't even call it difficult. I mean, even Formula One is more difficult. GT more difficult. This stuff more difficult.
Formula One racers have gone to NASCAR and completely failed.
Oh, sure. It's different.
Yes, I mean, but it is very difficult. It is legitimately.
But then you watch Formula One. Then you watch NASCAR guys do Pikes Peak, and it's pathetic.
Sure.
Absolutely pathetic.
Their skill set is definitely different. NASCAR is about hanging it out, sliding all the way through that corner perfectly.
Yeah, they come from dirt track, almost all of them.
Yeah, so it's a very different skill set, of course. But I think it came to be popular because Americans love America. And what's more American than big, burly V8s that don't stop or don't turn? I mean, that's kind of where we're at.
Kind of. I don't know. Anyway, here we are, just under a minute remaining. Oh, yeah, we are just about at 30 seconds remaining. Hines managing to hold on to that 130.2 up front. Wow.
Our field's a little more spread out here in GP, but 10 seconds is not horrible. 5.8 seconds, even better.
Wow. Okay.
Are you okay, whoever that was? I think
that was Bear. Bear just buried himself in a wall.
You know, seeing his screen on one of our other feeds, it looks like he was resetting the flying lap.
Yeah,
so
it may have been the case. That is entirely possible. And there we go. Qualifying time-wise is finished at this point. You can see Hines sitting, not managing to move that time down at all. But hey, that just means he's probably got a pretty optimized lap at this point. Oba sitting 0.6 seconds off of him. We'll see what he can do at the end of this lap. Bear got the restart, but his first section was not impressive. We'll see what he can do.
What are you doing,
Oh,
Oba?
and Bear having another off. Oba not managing to move his time down at all. So I think that's going to be it for them.
Looks like Kental might be out as well. I think he crossed track limits.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have a way to look onto his bike.
Reckless just crashed.
Oh, that's disappointing. Reckless, yep. And that'll put him into autopilot. So what we got left at this point is Hines and I believe Daryl Sr. who is just behind Daryl Jr. for GP. We might see a good fight, a good father-son fight. A little bit of a dust-up on this one. So there you go. Hines, Oba, and Bear on your front row. Kentaw, Reckless, and Vengeance on your second row. Daryl Jr. with Dad behind him. And Rude rounding out your pack. And that is it. We are just about to start our last race of the evening. This will be GP at Chang on the PS4. And yes, I saw Voss mentioning earlier, Al on the Honda, Garrett Nova on the Yami. The big difference is going to be in the straights, and there are a lot of straights on this circuit. So we'll see what they can do during the race.
You know, Yamaha has historically, it doesn't matter, dirt, street, whatever, has historically made a very reliable motor with lackluster performance.
Well, I mean, like, every time I see the R1, let's go to what they do in the consumer realm. Every time I see the R1, I am puzzled when I see anybody that wants to do highway pulls and wants an R1. I'm like, you do realize what are you doing? That thing behaves like a V-twin with 4 cylinders.
No, but that's exactly why I like it. If I was to buy a
sure.
motor bike tomorrow for track use, it would be the R1.
I would be torn between that or like an $11.99 or $12.99.
Nope, I don't want the Ducati problems.
I
It's a
know
track
you
bike.
don't, but
I'm gonna
there's
ride
something
hard and
about
play
how
it
sexy
way.
they are, and they do seem to deliver the torque a little better. A little better. If you're gonna go for torque, they're a little better than the R1 is.
The cost to get into its high, which is also what keeps me away from the Aprilia. Maintenance, parts, things of that nature.
Oh, no. The Aprilias aren't quite as bad as the Ducatis, I'll say that.
Not as bad, but not as good as the Yamaha.
Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right there. Alrighty, as we are starting our last race of the evening, this is going to be GP at Chang on the PS4, and we are off.
I'm going to go ahead and switch to Oba because he seems to be the whole shot master.
Oh, he's...
Whoa!
No, not by much. Wow, Vengeance out.
Bowling.
And I think Oba got, I think, pushed out a little bit by that. Yep. And
What?
wow,
What
and
happened
Reckless.
there? It looks like he pulled a Maverick. He lost brakes and just jumped off the bike.
Nah, I think he got cut off in the pack there. So, and he manages to move his way back up into second. Bear finds himself back in fifth. Rude in fourth. Kentaw manages to get himself up into third. Good job. Very nice. We'll see how it goes. Daryl Jr. in sixth. Reckless in seventh.
What is with the crashes?
Rude. Oh, no. Rude having a bit of a rough time.
I mean, what's a GP bike go for? $2 million a pop?
Yeah.
We're like $8 or $10 million in at this point.
Yep. I believe that was in turn 5 that Rude had a bit of an off. So, Bear not doing too bad at this point, managing to slip past everybody that managed to get in front of him at the start. Oba sitting just under a second behind Hines. And that camera in this game deciding to put people out of focus still on that final What is with that?
There's a YouTuber, AVE. If you haven't watched his stuff, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a comment he uses to his camera that I'm going to start using, but Race Direction's not going to be happy with me for it. We'll look at it later.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Now, I love how the grandstands are realistic to life as well, where all you see is VR46 and MM93 flags.
Yeah. Well, here's where they're not realistic to life. There's going to be nobody in them this year. Oh.
This is a 19 game, sir. We went back in time.
Oh, man. If only to go back to a time when you could have an audience in the stands at a race.
Don't get me started.
Never thought I'd want a time machine for that.
Don't get me started. There will be a fight.
Meanwhile, Oba.
Bear!
Oh, no.
No!
Oh, no. Bear having an off. And that'll put him back there fighting with Daryl Jr. Looks like they might wind up pretty close to each other.
Daryl Jr. repping dad bod pretty well there.
He's doing great. It's looking like we've got a lot of our guys. Rude not sitting back far. This is going to put Rude, Daryl Jr., and Bear pretty close together. Bear's still managing to hold 2.5 seconds over those guys. So I think he's okay for the moment.
Can we also take a moment here to appreciate the fact that Lorenzo is in the best shape of his life after leaving the sport?
Is he? I haven't really paid much attention to that.
So, old dad bod left, and a couple months ago he posted up a selfie of him like on a fishing boat. Dude is shredded. So he had his little dad bod hump made on the tank for last year, and now the dude's got like an 8-pack.
I mean, I can be honest, fat weighs less than muscle.
Yeah, but
and these guys need to be horse jockeys to win.
I'm sure the abs existed under there somewhere. He loved them so much he wanted to cushion them in crashes with a little extra protection.
Maybe.
Always use protection, kids.
So
Six packs are
Oba
not safe.
trying to chase down Hines. We got a couple of Yamahas up front. And Bear, unfortunately, finding himself 10.5 seconds back.
Well, crashes will do that to you.
Yeah, it will. Daryl Jr. sitting 3 seconds back off of Bear.
Hines made a mistake. Oba is right on Hines.
Oh, it's going to be interesting here. We'll see what they can do. Turn 1 is probably where the story is going to really happen. Unless,
They're a little too spread
it
out
looks
for
like
that.
Hines probably had a better drive out of 12, so that's going to give him a little bit of an advantage there. Oba looking aggressive, though, after the past 2 classes looking really good this evening.
Oba's on a way better line.
Ooh, look at this pass. Ooh, that was almost not quite. God, he can't quite make it happen through 3. That is really close, though. Oh, that's really close.
Oh, who's got McDonald's
good in the
Wi-Fi?
straight. Probably just has slightly better gearing. Here they come into 4. Oh, yeah, he manages to hold it through there.
Now, Oba's rear tire, a little cold, actually.
Yeah, looking like he can continue to be this aggressive, and he will probably be okay. Wow, that was some aggression.
Oh!
Hines going ahead and getting a look at him. Look at this. Looking to come around the outside into 8. Can't quite make it happen. 9, the big turnaround here. Another sweeper. All right, into the twisties. 10 and 11.
Bye, Oba. Wow.
Oh my, Hines earlier this evening with his talk about how Oba and Bear were faster.
Whoa!
Oh, no! He just blows the turn.
I think he was concerned about taking Oba's front end out.
I think he was too. He was trying to avoid a wreck there. And that gives Oba the front there. It's going to be rough to catch back up to that.
Yeah, what does that put him at? Well, the game's saying a second, but that is far more than a second. Oba is 1.
Yep, he took advantage of that little mistake, and he is crawling out ahead as fast as he can there.
I wish the game's live timing was a little snappier.
Well, this is, you're dealing with the internet here, sir. You don't get to decide things like that.
Well, it can interpolate where the bracers are, but it can't give us, somewhat accurate live timing.
Yeah, you're thinking too much there.
Yeah, I'm sorry that my expectations are reasonable.
I think even in real life, you only see, once they pass a certain point, do you get updates there. Rude, having
it's
a bit of an
computer.
off.
They do math. That's
Yep.
all computers do.
Yeah, see, I think Voss is seeing the same thing I see. When you watch a real-life race, it only happens at the end of a sector. So, that's pretty much they're doing the same thing. Don't get upset.
Too late, sir. Too late for that.
There is no need to be upset. Need a picture of Harambe there. And it's looking like, oh wow, a bunch of our field has really
Spread.
Yep, they have
Spread 'em.
actually had things spread out quite well. Oh, I decided to miss that.
What?
It won't show us Vengeance for some reason.
This game.
Vengeance, the game has decided that you don't exist. There we go.
Vengeance, the game has put you in last place, even though you're not in last place. In our, this is what I'm talking about when I say that the camera menu is horrid. Just as I start to figure out how it works, it doesn't work.
Yep, it's true.
Uh-oh. I'm getting word that Oba crashed. I haven't seen it, but I'm hearing about it. Did we miss it? We missed it.
I think we wound up missing that one.
Well, Hines is in front of Oba by 2 seconds. I failed you, Oba. I'm sorry. Or is that Hines that I failed? I don't know. Viewers. I failed you, viewers. There we go. There.
You have failed everyone in your life.
Well,
Ever.
that's pretty normal for me.
This is just what I've come to expect from myself. I'm sorry.
Don't underestimate my power.
All right, as we are looking at Oba sitting 2.2 seconds off of Hines. Very unlikely he's going to catch that if Hines can keep it together. Kenta, meanwhile, chasing down Reckless.
That Honda looks a little beat up.
I failed Oba 1.
Reckless
It is
crashed.
true. Oh,
They broke the old man. Reckless wrecked. Per Garrett Hines.
disappointing. Meanwhile, turn 12 camera continues to be myopic. All right, Daryl Jr., that front wheel way up in the air.
Have we noticed Voss's comment? You failed, Obi-Wan. You were
Yes, I saw it.
his only hope.
Yes, Obi-Wan. Sorry, Obi-Wan. I apologize. Oba has managed to make a quarter of a second up, but I don't know if he can make it. Oh!
Go, go, go. Actually, you're kind of safe because Reckless is 5 seconds behind you. All right.
Man,
Big
that was a
wheelie.
rough one coming into turn 3.
Who's really?
That was,
Daryl Jr. just gave up a position by doing a...
why would you do that?
Wheelie.
Why would you cost yourself a position, sir?
You know what's amazing to me on that Honda right now? The winglet is so scraped up, but
But it's not off.
perfectly intact.
Come on. Yeah, I noticed that too.
It's made of Hondominium. It just doesn't ever break.
Yeah, it's impossible to kill it. It's made of unobtainium.
When the Marvel Cinematic Universe, well, I guess Marvel, not the Cinematic Universe, named Vibranium, it was really a Hondominium.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just didn't know yet.
Yeah, it's true.
Damn you, Stan Lee.
Meanwhile, on the penultimate lap, ooh, that is very wide. Yeah, we need to put strict penalties on at some point.
I think next season penalties are going to go to strict on every circuit.
Yeah, you boys ain't gonna get away with that next season.
The rest of Race Direction is clearly going to have to discuss that, but I am currently voting for it.
Oh, wow!
Did he hit Kentall? Did he take Kentall out?
I think it
Kentall's
was
good.
just him. Wow, Reckless cost himself big there.
Fairly reckless, if you ask me.
Woo! Woo! That was rough. Kenta, meanwhile, managing to get into 4th.
As technology continues to fail me. My Bluetooth headphones give me the disconnect sound. I turn around and my laptop has turned off.
Well, I mean, you might want to turn that off. I mean, the turning off, you want to turn off. Oh, Daryl Jr. having off while he was just half a second behind Kenta. And that will be... that will probably rule him out from catching up there. Meanwhile... Hines up front. on the final lap.
A little wobbly there.
Little wobbly, but wear and temperature not looking too bad. It's looking like he's going to be fine. Rude, unfortunately, having another off there. That is disappointing. Oba sitting 2.5 seconds back off of Hines, not looking like he's going to manage to close it unless Hines just falls apart on this lap. Rude having another off. Man, he's just not having a good night in GP, unfortunately. And Oba cutting time off, but just can't seem to catch Hines as they are about to start the return lap. Voss
The return
throwing
lap.
up representing the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. And here you see Hines coming into the final corner. Big old wheelie. Takes first place. You can see Oba was trying to the last second. Not doing his normal wheelie out into second. And finally, Bear bringing up third. Hey, he may not be at the front, but he is in fact bringing in a podium representing the Xbox guys. Whoa! Yeah, he burned through the tires on that race. That Honda tends to beat the hell out of him.
And arms. And arms.
It does beat up arms too. Makes them a little floppy. So there you go, folks. Hines, Oba, and Bear on your podium. Kenta, Vengeance, and Reckless. And then Daryl Sr. All right, it looks like it won't be terribly uncomfortable at holidays. Ahead of Daryl Jr.
It still might be.
It might be. After 2 races of beating on him, Dad got ahead of him.
F you, Dad. I'm going home. I'm taking the turkey with me.
But if you notice, lap times still stayed within 6 seconds of each other. It is definitely... And Oba actually had the fastest lap of the race despite not taking first.
No, crashes.
Yep, he had some unfortunate offs there. So that'll be it for the evening. That'll be your last race. Thank you very much for watching, racers. Thank you very much for racing this evening. We will be back tomorrow night with the same track, Chang. It'll be on Xbox. Obviously still round 15. Boy, we're almost through a season at this point.
We'll call it round 15.5.
Yeah.
I just got very stressed realizing how close we are to launching the next season.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to do another season of this at some point. We got plenty of time. We got like a couple of months. It'll be fun.
Excuse my panic attack.
Alrighty there, folks. So thanks for watching. We will catch you again tomorrow night. And y'all have a good day until then.
Bye.
Bye.